Pogba. Fred. Pogba, shooting chance. Oh, what a shot! Paul Pogba.
Newcastle United versus Manchester United match preview. But before we get into the preview, there's been breaking news that Manchester United have triggered a 1-year extension option on Paul Pogba's contract. So Manchester United have triggered the option to extend Paul Pogba's contract by 1 year. That is because, in a nutshell, guys, Paul Pogba is not signing a new contract. If he was signing a new contract, if there was breakthroughs in negotiations for him to sign a new contract, there would have been no reason for Manchester United to extend it, to trigger that option and extend it for an extra year if Paul Pogba is going to extend his contract. There was rumors and there was news that Manchester United a couple months ago were talking to Paul Pogba about a new contract. It's obvious that those talks weren't successful. So Paul Pogba is not signing a new contract with us. So in turn, United have triggered the 1-year option. So by the end of this season, which is next year, 2021, Paul Pogba will have 1 year left on his contract, which means Manchester United will be forced to sell Paul Pogba next year, because the year after that he will leave for free. He'll be 29 years old and he'll be leaving for free as a 29-year-old world-class midfielder. I don't think any club will do that. You want whatever money you can get. Same with, I liken this situation to the situation that Bayern Munich were in with Thiago Alcantara. Same situation. Thiago Alcantara had 1 year left on his contract and he wasn't signing a new contract with them, so they were happy. Bayern Munich just wanted any money that they could get for Thiago Silva, so they ended up selling Thiago Alcantara for 20-something million to Liverpool. That's going to be the situation Manchester United find themselves in next year when the season ends, is that whatever money we can get for Paul Pogba, we will have to take it. Is it a surprise? To me, it's not a surprise. What do I feel about it? Personally, it's not a surprise because of where Manchester United are as a football club. We are nowhere near challenging. Paul Pogba came to our club with the promises from the board, Ed Woodward, namely that we would be winning titles. He came from a club, Juventus, that were winning Serie A leagues every season. A team that went to the UEFA Champions League. He left that team to come to Manchester United with the promises from the board that we will go back challenging for titles and we will go back being competitive in football. That has not happened. We have not won any major championships. We haven't won the Premier League, or we haven't won the Champions League. We haven't mounted a proper challenge for the Premier League. We have never mounted a challenge in the Champions League. Every second season we're not in the Champions League. So you have to look at it from that perspective, is that Paul Pogba came and he gave us X amount of years and we've wasted his years. Now people will say, well, Paul Pogba was inconsistent. I will agree he was inconsistent. I agree that he still is inconsistent sometimes. But how do you expect consistency from a player that's playing in a team where the whole team is inconsistent? So yes, there have been performances where Paul Pogba has been inconsistent. There have been performances where he has been poor and he has not shown signs of the world-class midfielder that he is. I agree with you, there has been, but he's been let down by the board because they have not built a successful team in all the years that he has been at Manchester United. He's been our only outfield world-class player. He still is at this moment our only world-class outfield player. So the board have let him down. They have not stuck to their word. When you look at the manager that is managing currently Manchester United, it is not a manager that signals that we are going in the right direction. It's not a manager that signals we are going to be winning trophies this season or next season. Not at all. Remember, Paul Pogba has been coached by very good managers. Very good managers. Antonio Conte, Allegri, he has been coached by these managers. So he knows what a proper football manager looks like. And he knows Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is not a proper footballing manager that will take the Manchester United to be competitive. He will not do that. So I don't blame Paul Pogba for not signing a new contract. I agree with him for not signing a new contract because the board have let him down. And Manchester United, he is in his prime. Manchester United is nowhere near of challenging for titles and winning titles. And he does not have years that he can waste. Manchester United wasted his years. Fourthly as well is that he gets so much criticism from our fans. Our own fans criticize Paul Pogba. The mainstream media in England is so biased against him. They hate him. Our own former players that are now working in the media do not like him. They hate him. They always speaking against him, negative about him each and every week. If he has a bad performance in one game, it's Paul Pogba's not good enough. They throw the price tag. They say all these different things about him. So I'm a Paul Pogba fan and I believe in him. And I know he is a world-class player. Look here, he proved it. He proved it. He won trophies at Juventus. He won the World Cup with France. So clearly, he's not the problem. Clearly, the club is the problem because the club haven't won any major trophies. Besides, I'm not talking about those small cups. I'm talking about major trophies. We have not won that. So I want him to leave Manchester United. I'm not happy with the criticism that comes his way. I'm not happy with the criticism that comes his way. And I will be speaking about Harry Maguire in a few minutes' time, and you will see. I'm not happy with the criticism that comes Paul Pogba's way when they don't criticize Marcus Rashford, when they don't criticize all the other players, but they heavily criticize Paul Pogba. So I'm happy that he has not decided to sign a new contract. I'm a Manchester United fan. But if I was a professional footballer and Manchester United came to me and Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, PSG, Juventus came to me, I would be choosing those other teams and not choosing Manchester United because we are not a serious football club. Yes, I love Manchester United. Yes, all these things. But we are not serious at this moment. You cannot waste people's years. I cannot waste my years coming to Manchester United where the club is not serious, the club is not moving in the right direction. It does not take you 7 years for a rebuild. As a rebuild does not take 7 years, and even when you are in a rebuild, you still need to be winning trophies. Maybe not the league, maybe not Champions League, but we still should be winning the FA Cups, the Carabao Cups, all these cups, we still should be winning these cups, yet we don't win them. We won them under Jose and the LVG, but after that we did not win it. So, in saying that, I support Paul Pogba for not signing a contract. I support him fully. So, guys, next year, we will have to sell Paul Pogba. For me, I think Real Madrid are signing Mbappe next year. They're signing Mbappe next season, so they might be cash strapped. However, Paul Pogba will be going for a fee of 50 million downwards. You can't even 50 million will be very good money if you get it for Paul Pogba because he'll have 1 year left on his contract. I think you can strike a deal for about 40 million. 40 million for Paul Pogba. Real Madrid, yes, they will be cash strapped because they're going for Mbappe, who's a 200 million player. But I'm sure they can figure out where they can fit a 40 million or a 50 million from. So Real Madrid will be there. Barcelona will have money next season. They will be looking to strengthen. They will be buying a striker because they don't have a striker. They'll be buying some other positions, but they will have some money, 50 million to buy Paul Pogba. So those are the two Spanish giants. Then you look at Juventus. Juventus will have money. Anyone has 50 million. So Juventus will have 50 million to buy Paul Pogba back. And then you look at PSG. PSG will be selling Mbappe. So they'll be having at minimum 200 million in their pockets burning. They will have certainly money to sign Paul Pogba for about 50 million. So these are the 4 clubs that are able to sign Paul Pogba. All 4 clubs are better to be at than Manchester United. That is the cold hard fact, guys. On my channel, there will not be any sugarcoating. There will not be any emotion. It's 100% factual. And all 4 of those clubs are much better than being at Manchester United. So, that's the Paul Pogba issue out of the way. Let's talk about the match now. We are versing Newcastle and we coming off bad form. We're coming off a bad run of form. However, the good thing about international breaks is that you can reset. you can reset. And so we're coming into this Newcastle game. We've got much better players than Newcastle. I expect a victory. I don't care about our other results. I expect a victory because we've got much better players than Newcastle. This manager, Ole Gunnar, needs to get a victory against Newcastle. There's rumors that he'll set up with a 3-5-2 formation, and for me, just for this game, I don't like that formation at all, but just for this game, I will be willing to accept that formation because we will only have 2 attacking players. Martial and Cavani will be out of the Newcastle game. Therefore, we will only have Rashford and Greenwood. I do not count Daniel James. He's not good enough even to be at the club. Juan Mata is old. He can't really help. He can help us. He can. But I prefer rather let's just go 2 up front. And so this is what I'm saying against Newcastle game. I'm fine if we go 3-5-2. There's rumors also that Harry Maguire will be dropped because of obviously he's on a very bad run of form, and then he went and got that red card for his national team. So it's all these things that are playing on his mind. So there's rumors that Harry Maguire will be dropped. So Oli will have to choose other defenders. It'll probably be Bailly, Lindelof and Luke Shaw, a back 3. I do think we're going to go with 3-5-2. So the personnel will be obviously David De Gea at the back. The 3 centre backs will be Luke Shaw, Eric Bailly, Victor Lindelof. Then you'll have your wing backs will be Alex Telles. I think Alex Telles will make his debut against Newcastle. The other wing back will be Wan-Bissaka. The midfield will be Paul Pogba, Fred and Bruno. And then up front will be Marcus Rashford and Greenwood. I do think that is a formation that we need to use coming versus Newcastle. We cannot be starting Daniel James. We cannot start Daniel James. Juan Mata, I won't be too unhappy and angry if we start Juan Mata because he can still do a job. Juan Mata can still do a job. So that's the story with the formation, guys. Now let's talk about Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire's situation whereby he's performing extremely poor. Now let me bring some balance to this. People are getting up about their heads. Let me bring some balance here. Harry Maguire is performing extremely poor. However, this current form that he is on, this is not a true reflection of his ability. He's much better than how he's performing. However, he is not an 80 million defender. He is not a world-class defender. He does not have the potential to be world-class. Harry Maguire's 26 or 27 years old. When you are that age, you cannot be talking about potential. It's not potential anymore. It's about your ability. Potential is when you talk about an 18-year-old, a 19-year-old, a 20-year-old, a 21-year-old, a 22-year-old. Then you talk about potential. But when you are 26 or 27, it is not potential. It is your ability. And Harry Maguire does not have the ability to be world-class. He is not a world-class defender. He is very far from a world-class defender. We paid 85 million to 80 to 85 million and we got robbed. Broad daylight robbery that Leicester had us on. So, and then people are coming out. And the reason why I've got a problem with this, guys, is that the media is coming out and some of our fan base are coming out and saying Harry Maguire's got mental health issues and we need to sympathize and we need to stand with him because he got mental health issues. He's going through what happened there in Mykonos in Greece. He's going through that. That's in the back of his head. And they're coming with all these excuses and all these stories. But where were these people? Where were these people when Paul Pogba was going through his bad form? When Anthony Martial was going through his bad form? Even when Jesse Lingard was going through his bad form? Where was all these pundits that are coming and standing with Maguire? These were the same pundits that were criticizing Paul Pogba, that were saying Paul Pogba's not an 89 million player, that were saying that he needs to go. These were the same guys. So I will not be sympathetic for Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire is on a bad run of form. He deserves to be dropped. He needs to get his mind in order. But I will not be sympathetic for him because where were those people sympathetic for Paul Pogba? The minute Paul Pogba stepped in through the door at Manchester United, the first thing they said about him was his price tag. The first thing they said, 89 million, 89 million, 89 million, throwing that. But I've never heard not one pundit ever speak about Harry Maguire's price tag. Never. And that's the biasm with the mainstream media. It's the racism with the mainstream media. And it's the xenophobic mindset and behavior with the mainstream media. They are extremely xenophobic. They do not speak bad about their English players. Yet our foreigners that we have at Manchester United, they finished him. They finished him. So I will not be sympathetic with Harry Maguire. He's a footballer. He's a human being. Each and every human being on the face of this earth got problems. We all work in jobs, 9-to-5 jobs, or have businesses, and you still need to go out there and perform your duties no matter what is going on at your home. Cristiano Ronaldo, 2 seasons ago, he came out and he said that was the toughest year for him on a personal level because he was going through a rape allegation. He was charged for rape. He was going to court for rape. And yet he still came out and was Juventus' top goal scorer. He still came out and maintained his level of football. It did not drop. Lionel Messi is always going to the courtrooms because of tax evasions. Always got tax allegations against him and going to the courtrooms. Yet he still performs according to his ability. Neymar as well got tax allegations, got rape allegations. Yet he still performs on the football pitch. So I will not give Harry Maguire an excuse as to why he's not performing on the football pitch. I will not. Where were all those excuses when Paul Pogba and Anthony Martial were suffering on the football pitch when they were inconsistent? Where was it? No, our pundits and our fans also were saying Paul Pogba needs to leave the club. So I will not be sympathetic, guys. That's why I also said I'm happy for Paul Pogba that he leaves Manchester United. I'm happy that he did not sign a new contract because we don't deserve Paul Pogba. We deserve Scott McTominay. We deserve Daniel James. I can remember when the Project Restart came about and people were saying, oh, Paul Pogba needs to earn his way back into the starting 11. Paul Pogba must earn his way into a midfield that got Fred and Scott McTominay. Are you serious? Are you serious? So in saying that, guys, I will not be sympathetic for Harry Maguire. He needs to get his act in order and he needs to start performing according to the player that we bought. We know what we bought. We bought a good defender. He's a good defender. He's not world class, but he's a good defender. He's a solid defender and he needs to perform according to that ability. So the score now for the Newcastle game. The score for me, as I said, guys, I expect a victory. I expect a victory. We are much better than Newcastle on paper. I expect a victory. I think we will get a 2. I think it can even be 2-0, guys. I'm gonna tell you this. I think it can be a 2-0. I don't think they will score. I think we can get a 2-0 victory. I'm being optimistic. I'm being positive. Don't accuse me of being negative. I'm being positive and I'm saying that we need to get a victory. We should get a victory. I'm saying 2-0. So that's my match prediction, guys. Let's see what happens during the match and I'll be talking to you all with a post-match review. Ciao.